Yo guys, this is Reinhardt. This is your favorite Russian talking. Take a look at this face. I am eating shit tons of bad foods right now because it's a Christmas, but this video is not about that. This video is gonna be about the win trading exploiters in rated battlegrounds markets. Take a look at this screenshot. What do you see wrong with it? You see something. My team is queued up against a win trading team and they're not present, they're not in RBG. So this video I'm gonna talk about the RBG exploiters and how they got their ratings and what need to be done to fix it and how they and what the disciplinary actions should be taken against those idiots and mongoloids who cannot get high ratings legitimately and have to cheat the system in order to appear somewhat skilled. And the funny thing about it is I looked at their three teams and none of them even broke 2K, which is pretty freaking comical. Nice job, guys. Trying to persuade that you're somewhat semi-skilled. So let's get started with the actual exploit and how it works. Let's have you two different teams, Team A and Team B. And they usually queue during the nighttime where not a lot of teams queuing, so they're kind of guaranteed to get each other. Let's say they start at 1900 MMR, which is really easy to get. So let's say it's at 1900 MMR. They both queue at the same time. Now, when the queue pops, Team B leaves the queue and doesn't leave the queue, they just alt 4, the AFK out, they don't accept the queue, they don't go get in it. And Team A wins automatically because nobody entered it. So once nobody entered, Team A wins, they got extra MMR, they got extra CR, and they queue again. And this time, Team A decides to lose and Team B gets all this MMR, gets all those extra points. The biggest problem is when people not accepting the queue, not accepting the rated battlegrounds queue, or AFK out, they don't lose any rating, they don't lose any MMR. They only have a record of losing that battleground, but that's about it. So the two teams do this thing, they bounce off each other, they get out of a MMR hell, which is like 1900 to 2100, and then they start going into higher. Now the higher the MMR is, the higher chances of them getting each other because not a lot of teams queuing at high MMR, only a handful. There's like 3-4 different groups that are very skilled, queuing at about 2300 and above MMR. So those two teams get up to like 26, 27, 2800 RBG rating for absolutely no repercussions at all whatsoever. Now how do you spot a high RBG win trader? First of all, they don't have a lot of RBGs played in general. They don't do a lot of RBGs, they don't get it, so they don't have a lot of wins. If you look at my DK has over 400 wins and it's sitting at 2338 current rating. And if you look at this mongoloids, they have 12, 15, 60, 70 ratings. It's over the character history, so it's last season's including, which is not nearly enough to justify, that they actually played it for legitimate reasons. The second one to spot the MMR exploiter is look at his win-loss ratio. If it's anywhere close to 50%, that's a big red flag, because they win traded it to get this. Now, this CSTV, the Mongol that I called in my guild, actually, by the way, no assault to Daramaktar at all whatsoever. Every single guild has those exploiters. Most of them do, because they're on the rise right now. But if you look what he said he sniped a high MMR exploiting teams, and that's how he got high rating. This is 100% false, because if they would have sniped those teams, what would have happened is they would have had a higher than 50% win-loss ratio for their rated battlegrounds. But because they have approximately the same wins and losses, there's no possible way they could get there. Especially when the 2300 team queuing against a 2100 team and they get only like 4 or 5 points per match, you literally have to play hundreds of rated battlegrounds to get yourself to 2600. And it's very difficult because there's not a lot of MMR to go around with. So those people, it's absolutely impossible to achieve 3000, 2600 rating within just a 10 or 20 wins or losses. And this is how they got it. Basically, what needs to be fixed? First of all, what needs to be fixed is when you AFK out of rated battleground, if you don't join rated battleground, if you don't accept the queue, you still need to lose your MMR and your rating at the same time, because this is what you need to do. If you're not accepting, you're losing anyway. So the loss have to be registered and it has to be penalized with the ratings accordingly. The second one, what needs to be done against those idiots? First thing is remove all of their rated battleground rating. They decided to cheat the system, they took the risk, they have to be penalized. And the second of all, is strip of their any conquest gear that they have. They did not earn it legitimately. They do not deserve elite gear. They do not deserve tier 2 gear. So if you look at the here at the history, at the screenshot of how many people win traded right now, it becomes absolutely disgusting. And that's the last thing I want to have on you as is improper rated battlegrounds. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a forum post about it in the description below, and I'm gonna report all this Stage TV and all other idiots who have 50%, close to 50% win-loss ratio, who didn't play a lot of rated battlegrounds, and at the same time they have high ratings. Those are win traders, those are exploiters. Ban them according like what you did with Arena. There's absolutely no place for them here, and they have to be penalized. The reason why this exploit doesn't work in Arena because it's been fixed, and people actually lose their ratings once, even if they AFK out of the Arena. But in RBGs, Blizzard didn't fix it, and it needs to be fixed. Let's make the community cleaner. Let's get rid of those scumbags. Thank you guys for watching this, and let's take some action here. До свидания, my friends.